XenoThreat 3.0 is being tested on the Star Citizen 3.16.1 PTU servers at the moment, and I wanted to talk a bit about what you can expect from this event, my experiences of playing in 3.0, the changes, updates, improvements, problems that it's currently got. So XenoThreat, for people that don't know, is a big server-wide, mostly PvE mission set that occurs every so often in the Star Citizen universe, and they ran it at the beginning of last year and in the middle of the year, and now it looks like 3.16.1 is going to have the next sort of implementation of XenoThreat. So it's a bit of a cargo hauling mission where you have to go to this Jericho military outpost and basically protect and refit or get some cargoes, get some supplies for a military javelin that's there from a nearby sort of gas cloud with a load of Starfarer wrecks in that were ambushed by XenoThreat. So you go there, you fight a load of XenoThreat forces, you clear out the wrecks there that have got FPS troops on, and then you ferry 3 different types of cargo back to Jericho Station. So that cargo is volatile in some way, so some of it can't be quantum travelled with, so you have to take the long journey back. It's not that long. Some of it can't be jostled around too much, otherwise it explodes, and other is timed. So you have to think about how you transport this and all that sort of jazz, and take enough with you. And you require quite a lot of this cargo overall as a group. Anyone can join that's on the server as long as they've got a positive sort of non-criminal rating, I suppose is what I'm trying to say there. And it's good fun. It's, as I said, mostly PvE. There's not really any PvP elements, though some people join and turn up during the fleet battle to do a bit of PvP, which is sort of fine. Now, when we were playing on the PTU servers, it wasn't particularly busy. We couldn't actually get past the cargo phase because there weren't enough people playing when we were playing, and there are some problems with the javelin spawning in and out. It is a known issue that Cloud Imperium are currently trying to solve. So that is a bit annoying if you can't progress in that sort of major mission. I suspect that will be fixed very soon though. So I do want to talk about some of the more positive changes and the general changes that the game's had since we had XenoThreat 2.0 in Alpha 3.14. So the NPCs are significantly more active, engaging, and responsive, both FPS-wise and NPCs in ships. They will engage you, they will fly around you, they will attack you as groups, they spawn more appropriately and regularly, so when you're in this sort of field ferrying cargo, a big XenoThreat fleet can spawn and try and take out the javelin, and you have to go to Jericho and help protect it. Or they can turn up at the gas cloud while you're trying to load your cargo ships, and they can attack them as well. So there's a lot to keep you on your toes with them, keep on spawning in waves. And yeah, so the NPCs are more willing to change targets now. They're more willing to target things that I would classify as greater threats. Yeah, and I just think that the general combat, especially in ships, is significantly better compared to what we've previously had. Performance is hugely up as well. There's occasional spates of really low frame rates, but I haven't had a 30k yet, so stability is absolutely fantastic from what I can see, although obviously stability is always a mixed bag. You're going to be in a situation where you need a tractor beam now. Trying to take the cargo containers out of the little shelves and move them around is just time prohibitive. It's sometimes fiddly. The tractor beams are pretty good at grabbing them. Sometimes boxes get stuck in the little shelves that they're on, so sort of bear that in mind. But there appears to actually be more ships turning up in XenoThreat. XenoThreat actually pays a reasonable amount of money for, especially if you take the Call to Arms mission at the same time. You can basically get rewarded for taking out enemy ships for basically twice. Yeah, the payoff's pretty good for XenoThreat. It's not going to be as good as Jumptown 2.0 if you're doing Jumptown well, because that's supposed to be high risk, high reward, and there was a huge amount of money you could make from Jumptown, but it's pretty good. And XenoThreat has typically going to have sort of reward you with armor and stuff if you get high enough rep, so there is that sort of bonus there as well. Now, Star Citizen's changed a bit since we've last had XenoThreat. We've got more ships. We've got the Ion and the Redeemer and the rest of the Ares, so the Inferno there as well. And there's been some combat changes. There's been some tweaks, some improvements. The game looks a bit prettier. It's running a bit better. So I found it disappointing using the Redeemer when I was messing around with it. It is a big old slow bird. It can't turn to face targets very well. Its turrets have been a bit nerfed. Yes, it's great against large ships, but it suffers a bit against fighters, and even I was finding it hard to actually keep up with wardens if they wanted to hug me. Sort of those ships, so sort of bear that in mind. Ammo and ballistic ammo especially is a bit prohibitive to use for long periods of time, and XenoThreat is going to take you a long time. Even if you just join for the fleet battle, it's going to take a while, and you may very well run out of ballistic ammo, so bear that in mind as well, so whatever ship you choose. I'm a bit upset that I couldn't use the Ares Ion in the way that I wanted. I wanted to use it as more of a sniper ship. Using it against larger ships, yeah, it works pretty good, but it's not good against any form of fighter, unfortunately. But again, that's me sort of complaining about those two ships again. Now, there's been some pretty good changes to the lore system and friendly fire, so you're much less likely to be done for friendly fire now. But if you keep on doing it, you are going to be going to prison, so sort of bear that in mind. So if you want to get involved with XenoThreat now, or when it actually goes on the live servers, there's some best practices you can do. So at the moment, on the PTU servers, go into the PTU if you want to try it. Spawn at Microtech, or go to Microtech, and then go to the station orbit there. I believe it's Port Tressler. Let's go to Port Tressler, make that your spawn point. Now, the reason I do that is because if you die, you can respawn there, and you can grab some equipment, because the Microtech will share its ships and its sort of equipment with the station orbit. There is another option. You can go to the space station next to Jericho and set that as your respawn point. Make sure you use the medical facilities there to set it as your spawn point. Now, the reason I prefer going to Port Tressler over that station is because it's less hectic there, there's less people there, and it shares all the equipment with Microtech, so I can literally grab any of my FPS gear there pretty quickly and easily, bam, and go. And it's only a few seconds away, a few seconds extra. That's just my sort of preference, but once you've travelled to Jericho, bam, you'll then need to, based on what section of the mission is on, what phase, you either go to the nearby gas cloud and clear up these sort of mission boxes with hopefully the help with lots of other people. It's not very easy to do alone, or even with a small group. You're going to want a few people there to be able to do it in a timely manner, because otherwise you're going to be ferrying boxes for a very long time. But the fleet mission, sort of the next part of it, is a big fleet fight, a big fleet combat thing, and is pretty good fun. And you're protecting the Javelin. The Javelin is the thing that needs to be protected the most, because if that gets destroyed or too badly damaged, then you lose. If you're participating in the cargo part and you want to actually ferry cargo across rather than just defending the other ships or providing any form of fire support, then make sure you bring a Gravlev tool. Me and Zin also always bring a medigun, because it's just good practice too. Something else to mention is you're looking for these Starfarer wrecks when you're in the cloud, which is where the sort of cargo is, and you can scan them. If you press V when you're in your ship and then hold left click, you can scan them, and it will tell you what's on board, because they may have already been fully looted, but it may have the Zeta Prolinade or the Cryplex or whatever else that you need to complete your mission. Make sure you take that call to arms mission as well, because it's extra free money for taking out pirate ships. And communicate with people on your server. Go into the chat, have a chat, see if people are going to be doing XenoThreat. You do not want to be doing XenoThreat alone, but typically people are quite helpful and friendly, and if there's a group going to do XenoThreat and they can tell you what section of the mission it's on and all that sort of jazz, then bam, go up and join them. Anyone can join while it's ongoing. But as I said, me and Zin, we didn't have much luck when it came to people trying to complete XenoThreat. It was pretty quiet when we were doing it, and we could only find a couple of servers, neither of which people were actually trying to complete XenoThreat on. They were just sort of generally messing around and seeing what 3.16.1 had to offer other than, well, XenoThreat. But anyway, you'll see us do some XenoThreat gameplay later, so probably tomorrow. But what are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Are you excited for XenoThreat 3.0? Are you really looking forward to it? Are you going to be avoiding it? Do you really like the dynamic event sort of stuff with Jump Down and the Nine Tails Lockdown, or are you looking forward to lots more in the future? Do you wish that they were running XenoThreat much more often? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What is best in life? To crush your enemies? To see them driven before you? And to hear the lamentations of their women? No, of course not. It's NordVPN. I never saw Conan the Barbarian checking his bank balance and then watching some cool shows on Netflix, all while protecting his privacy and being super secure. To be honest, I can't even remember Conan wearing a shirt. Silly Conan. And now, a big old snake god's got your internet history. Good job. Don't be a Conan the Barbarian. Check out NordVPN. Links below for powerful discounts too. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For January 2022, it's for a Drake Cutlass Steel, a light assault dropship variant of the Cutlass, perfect for attacking Jumptown and similar narcotic processing areas. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that Star Citizen ship is comment on any of my videos made during the month. More details down below. If you would like to further support the channel, consider clicking the join button under my videos or becoming a Patreon. Comments, suggestions, likes and shares all help the channel massively too, so always feel welcome to share your opinion or feedback. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.